Hey everybody, I'm just doing a video today to show you at least the meat portion of what I did for Thanksgiving, or what I helped do. It was mostly Melanie, to be honest. But we're gonna do tri-tip on the grill that's right behind me, and I figured this is a good time to kind of do like a safety video that if you are going to use a grill, the best way to do it is also like a good cooking class to really know what you should do if you're starting up a grill. But I have to say, on top of the tri-tip, we have some stuffing, we have some cranberry sauce, homemade cranberry sauce, not from the can, which I can't wait for, but I have to wait. We also have some mashed potatoes and mushroom gravy that's going to go in there. So, we have some great things, and I'm very thankful that I have this opportunity to make such a great meal and that I have the food that I have. I'm also very grateful for you all, and I really want to know what you all decided to do. And if you have any pictures or anything like that, I would like you to send them to me, and can go from there. But now to the safety video and how to cook a tri-tip. So part of this, I'm going to just kind of show you how to make sure you start a grill and how to do it safely, and make sure that the rest of the house is safe as well. Because there's actually a lot more that goes into grilling than just starting it up. So anyway, let me get started. So first things first, I gotta take off the cover. So we'll take off the cover. We want to do this very gently. I'm gonna adjust the camera a little bit here. We're gonna take off the cover, and there are sharp corners on the grill, and so sometimes it can rip the cover, which you don't want, because what will happen then is that could result in some tears. There we go. And when tears happen, you get rust. And rust does not make food taste good, and rust does not help for metal to last. There we go. So it's off. And no rips. That's fantastic. Thanksgiving already. Alright. So next things next. I need to, and I'm going to point this down here a little bit. I need to move it away from the house, because if I leave it here and I turn it on, it could really get too hot for the house, so I can't do this. So then what I do is, luckily it's on wheels, and we move it out. I'm going to move it a little bit further, just to make sure it's a safe distance from the house. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. So this is how you do it. This is a propane grill. A lot of people have different types of grills. Some people do charcoal. I know, some people do wood smoked, but for us, we have propane. So my next thing is to turn on the propane. And it should be off, because if it's not, then we're not in good shape. But you need to turn the propane on, and there we go. And when it comes to cooking meat, what is very important is that you have everything ready to go. Like I say with mise en place, have everything ready to go. But we want to preheat the grill in order to cook the tri-tip that we're going to make. So luckily there's a gauge on top here which you can't see, but it'll tell me what the temperature is. So I want to put this at about a medium temperature. And then once everything's good and going, what I'm going to do is it takes about 12 to 20 minutes to make the tri-tip, depending on the size of the tri-tip. You're going to take the piece of meat and you're going to cook it on one side for about 3 minutes, flip it, then cook it on the other side for about 3 minutes, flip it again for about 3 minutes. So we're at 9 minutes there, and then flip it again, and that would complete 12 minutes. But then I have a thermometer that I want to make sure that I insert into the tri-tip to make sure that it's actually reached the temperature that is desired. And so once, like I said, as long as everything goes swimmingly, we're gonna have some wonderful tri-tip. So I'm gonna turn this on. The tri-tip. Let me fix the camera a little bit. Now the tri-tip isn't very big, so I'll only need to really cook on the one side of the burner. So I'm going to turn the burner on. There we go. And then there we go. So we've got both sides heating up as it is for right now. And that's a good sign. Then what we're going to do to be safe, and make sure never put your hand on the grill or anything like that, because obviously you could burn yourself pretty badly. But we do want to make sure that it's on, so you check that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to close the lid. And then I'm going to keep checking this temperature to make sure that it heats up to a certain degree. Oh, actually, I'm supposed to have this on medium. Actually, it is pretty much on medium. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to heat this up to medium and then keep it on medium. And that way the tri-tip will cook all the way through, which, we've gone over a couple of times in our food safety classes, that it is something that you want to make sure happens, is that you cook food through thoroughly, so that there's no chance of anyone getting sick due to salmonella or things like that. So right now what I'm going to do is, it's away from the house, so we're safe that way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to grab the tri-tip, and I'll show you what it looks like. And then I'm going to put that on the grill and we'll start getting that going. And then I will enjoy my Thanksgiving dinner, and then I really hope that you enjoy yours as well. And so I'll be right back. Hopefully the camera doesn't turn off, because it's done that before. But we need to make sure that this grill heats up, because we don't want to get anybody sick. Anyway, I miss y'all, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, hey everybody. So I'm back. I'm about to put the tri-tip on the grill. I do want to let you know that, for safety's sake, that the proper temperature for it to reach once I do kind of flip it from each side is 145 degrees internally at the deepest part that you can find, the thickest part that you can find. And I want to make sure that, that we do that. Otherwise, I don't want to make anybody sick. So 145 degrees, I have a thermometer inside. You put that in, and it will say 145. And then you're good to take it off. But I've got it here ready to go. And so let's get started. I'm a little worried. I've grilled other things like steak and things like that, but I've never really grilled a tri-tip, which is a kind of steak, but at the same time, I want to get it done right, because Melanie's done a wonderful job getting everything else done. So I'm going to take some tongs and I'm going to set it down there. But it's best that you have maybe a spatula as well. So I can kind of move it around. And we want to hear a sizzle. And that is definitely the sound we want to hear. And so now what I need to do, and I'll adjust this again, we have a nice sizzle sound and smell of wonderful things cooking. But I do need to set a timer. So I've got my phone set to 3 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this for 3 minutes and then I'm going to flip it over. So, let's start this and then I'll flip it over and then I'll flip it over in 3 minutes again after that and we should be in a good place. But I'm going to let it cook for a little while. I want you to know that I hope you're having a very happy Thanksgiving and that you're having some great food too. It's always great to know that people are eating well. But I'm going to leave it and I'll show you the finished product. All right. So, ciao for now. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving again, everybody. So, it just went for its first 3 minutes, so now I need to flip it. And again, I think the most important part of this is for me to show you how to safely flip it. Again, you don't want to touch anything hot. You want to make sure that you keep yourself safe. And so as I flip, I'll show you, for at least me, the best way to not get burned, to not get hurt at all, and to have some tasty, tasty food. So let me show you. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit here. And here we go. But it smells great. Okay, so we open the grill. And there's a big old piece of meat in there, which it's good that it's still there. But then what we're going to want to do, and the flames have actually kicked up a little bit because the juices are falling into there. So I'm going to take this, and the charring looks pretty good. But again, you're going to want utensils, so I didn't burn myself at all. And I want to make sure that I set it down very nice and gently. And it is definitely getting some char marks on it. So I'm going to leave it for just a bit and always cover it back up, because what will happen is if you don't cover it back up, then the meat starts to get cold and you're letting all that heat escape. And we don't want to do that, so we want to make sure that it's actually cooking quite well. But now that's just our first flip, and again, this is like 12 minutes, 12 to 20 minutes. And for some reason my phone is not letting me log it. So we need to make sure. So I have to enter my password, which I can't tell anybody because we should never tell anybody our passwords. But then there we go, another 3 minutes. I'm going to hit start. And then what I'll do is I'm going to keep cooking it until it hits 145 degrees. And I will let you know what it looks like at that point. And right now it's smelling great. We have a bunch of other food that's ready to go. And it should be a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I hope you're all having a fantastic Thanksgiving as well. All right. I'll see you all in just a little bit. Hey, everybody. Sorry. Took a little bit for my computer to get. But here's my thermometer. So what I want this temperature to reach is 145 degrees. So I got to take it out right now, and then I'll take this end. And like I said, you'll put it in the you'll put this in the thickest part of the meat, and then you'll get your reading. So let's see, and let's hope that it's done. But the longer I keep it on, it could be overdone, and I prefer rarer meat than overdone meat. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Oh, pardon. Now this is a very good looking piece of meat for those of you meat lovers. But again, you want to use two things to get it off because it's a sincere piece of meat. There we go. I'm going to leave the grill on for now, only because if I turn it off, the heat will escape and then I won't be able to restart it very well. So I'm about to insert the temperature gauge and we'll find out what we got. 145, what we want. Here we go. But you also don't want to go all the way down. So we're at 105. Oh, it dropped. Let me go to a deeper section of the meat, and it's very juicy. So we're looking good. Ooh, that says 113. Yeah, it is not done. The best we've got right now is about 110, which is good to know. This is why we buy these contraptions to make sure that the food we eat is safe. So I need to put this back on for a little while longer. And be careful about it, so I'm going to lift the lid. And then I'm going to make sure that I do everything safely and handily and flip the meat. And then again, that sound that you hear just means that it's still juicy. We're still in a good place. But I need to go for another. Well, see, my phone won't even let me log in. But we need to go for another. I'll show you in a second, and I hope there's going to be a quiz on this. 3 minutes. We'll give it a start, and we'll get there. And it's going to be very tasty. So, like I said, you just keep flipping it every 3 minutes. What happens is all the juices lock inside, and it makes the meat taste that much better. So, this is what we have to do in order to have the best tasting meat that we can. But I've only got a little bit, so I'll start it again once. Hopefully we're at the right temperature. I miss y'all, and I hope that you send me some videos of what you did. I'll see you in a bit. Hey everybody, we just finished cooking. So I've got the flashlight on. The light has dwindled some, but I did want to let you know that it hit its temperature, 145, just to be safe. But I miss you all, and I hope that you have a very happy Thanksgiving weekend. And we'll talk to each other again very soon. So I got to take this meat off the grill. I'm just kind of keeping it warm at this point, but anyway, thank you for going through this process with me. And yeah, that I'm just using my phone. it's not doing well. I also dressed up. Last part of my story is Melanie's grandma always liked us to dress up for Thanksgiving. So after all the cooking was done, we would all go and dress up, and it made Julie, her grandma, very happy. So that's why I'm dressed up and in my attire. I think I look pretty good. I miss you. And I'll talk to you soon. Happy Thanksgiving, and goodbye for now.